All right, so I wanted to bring you guys a little bit more of a slow-paced, easier to watch video maybe. Um, I got the FV4005, the ship barn, right? Um, I had to free XP my way through at least the tier 9 to get to this, but I have never played this vehicle before, ever. And so I've been playing World of Tanks for how many years? I finally wanted to get into this vehicle, and we did, and I think we hit a nice shot on the 121B here. I'm not sure, but this was my best game so far. There we go, 1032 with the Hesh rounds, right? And this is the best game I've had so far in this vehicle. We did like 5,000 damage and some change, and you can be like, that's not that much, Whirls, and like, well, I'm just not that good in this tank, I guess, or just not lucky enough to do well in this vehicle. I'm averaging about 2,400 damage in it, so I actually average more damage in the Waffle Panzer. But this tank is just so trollish, and probably the one tank in the game that is so based on RNG. Like it's literally just RNG. Like I've had games where I can hit like almost every shot, and then I've had games where I can't hit anything, right? So we're hitting the side of the Foch there for 1526. And again, the Hesh rounds on this vehicle do 1750 damage, 230 millimeters a pen. The APCRs are 310. It does 1150 damage. I never load these HEs. I am running this thing, by the way, with Bounty Vents, the third class mobility system with the experimental equipment. I think that's what it's called. And then the Bounty aiming units, and then Vent Purge as well. Hit the object there. That was a pretty lucky shot. 1535 in the face, right? And we do die pretty early in this game. I think we get one more shot off and then we die, but I wanted to show you guys this one. I think it's the 13105 actually that spots me like right here. But I just wanted to talk about this vehicle. It'd be give you a really quick, short, nice video to see a few pens in the FV4005, and I think we do get lit here. I really want to say get like one more shot off, but I know the 105 starts pressing in, and I should have been back here. So this was my mistake. So we do miss the Char, and I think we go down now to the Skoda, and yeah, everyone's up on this hill. So this is the problem with this vehicle. And though the 105 was pretty close to spot me here, like you will literally get spotted in this vehicle. You will get spotted from almost the red line in some games, right? So I'm just going to go to my camera view over here. You guys can see like a little overview while I'm talking about this vehicle. So what I've learned in this vehicle, okay, and I didn't know this, you can't turn the turret all the way. It only goes 90 degrees each way, so 180, right? I guess I did leave this game, but so you can only turn the turret 180, right? So keep that in mind. Also, the reverse speed is really slow. I did not know these things about the FV4005 because I've never played it, right? So now I know that I can actually creep in behind these guys, and they can't turn their turret all the way. So that's helpful. And lastly, like I was just about to say, you will be spotted. You have to use your view range circle almost as like a definite, I'm going to be spotted if anything is within this view range circle, right? So like if an enemy is literally 430-ish meters away, like a little less than max view range, you have to act like you're spotted. Even if you somehow are certain you're not going to be spotted, act like you're spotted anyway. Because that's how bad the concealment is on this thing. I'm even running concealment, but it's like 5%. Right, and so you have to realize that, and you're very vulnerable because people can whack your turret with HE. So you just have to know like what this thing can do and what it can't do, and you're this tank has one purpose. It's to hit someone really hard one time and not get spotted, right? And because your hope is even if you do get spotted, you get safe, right? That's your only goal with this tank, is to wait for that one perfect shot and hit it, right? It's a one-trick pony. This tank is not good at doing anything else other than hitting someone for 1,700 damage in the face, right? That's all this thing is good at, and you have to keep that in mind when you are playing with it. It is a glass cannon. It has absolutely no mobility going backwards, very little going forwards. It's actually not terrible considering how big the thing is. Also, you can't poke where normal TDs poke, right? In some areas, I'll say. Like Fisherman's Bay is one example. I was on Fisherman's Bay, I think it's the south side, and there's like a ridgeline you could poke. I didn't even go up on the ridgeline. I was down because the tank is like literally 2 stories tall or whatever. So I'm using the turret to just barely see over the ridgeline, and I got spotted, and I got absolutely demolished by Artie and other players. Like, I'm telling you, you have to play this thing like way back, and you just have to know where you can get shots, right? You have to know where you can get shots in this vehicle. Look to put yourself maybe if there's an early crossing where you can hit like the side plate of a heavy or something like that. I can't really think of any great examples right now, but Mountain Pass used to be a really good example of it. But obviously they've nerfed that, and they were right to do that, right? But Mountain Pass was an example where you can wait for someone to cross. Like, this is what you have to do. Watch Skill for LTU, watch some other streamers, and learn where all these good spots are for you to get easy shots on people's side plates, or just shots at tanks that have less than 230 millimeters of frontal armor, right? And pre-aim, because the aiming time is so long on this vehicle that like, if you just turn the turret and try and snap someone, you're never going to hit the shot unless you scream RNG, before you, or RNG bless my shot or something, before you take the shot. You're never going to hit anything, right? So you have to like say your prayers to RNG, right? And pray that you hit the shot. But in all seriousness, guys, like, you're never going to hit shit trying to do that, right? So you have to kind of pre-aim and just understand like where people are going to poke. I will literally play this tank and just keep my reticle on one spot for like a whole minute, waiting to see if someone is going to get spotted there, right? Because that's kind of what you have to do in this tank. So it's a very fun tank in some games and a very frustrating tank in other games. I just bought it for the fun, right? I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a few like basically full damage shots. That's all I really wanted to show you, but I want to just give some quick tips. I know I'm no expert at all on this vehicle, but in case you're brand new to playing this tank, that is how you have to play it. It is a glass cannon. Stay way back where you can get to cover immediately. Pre-aim, understand the map, and understand where people are going to poke. Try not to take blind shots either, because you have a 25-second reload, which, by the way, this thing's reload is a lot shorter than I thought it was. I thought it was like almost 40 seconds, like an Artie or something. It's actually not that long, right? But just keep that in mind, especially if the game is going to be really short. You want to make every shot count. In today's game, at tier 10, most games are 5 minutes long, and that's what I've experienced in this vehicle. I'm able to get 3 shots off. Maybe one was a full damage shot, 2 others were like splash damage. And if you hit someone's gun, you're not going to do any damage. I've had that happen a lot too. But like, maybe I do 500 damage on each of the other shots, and I end up with like 2,500 damage, which is almost what I'm averaging. Like 2,400 or so is what I'm averaging in this vehicle, because the tank is just so hit or miss. Like I said, it's a one-trick pony. It's only good at one thing. So emphasize that one thing. I hope that helps you out, but more so, I do this video so you guys can see a little bit different of a video. You can see some full damage shots with the FV4005. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Take care. Catch you for the next one. Bye-bye.